Great little walk ahead of us. We start off in the historic market town of Morpeth with so many different points of interest, it's amazing. Then we head off into the fields and end up with a beautiful river walk. Don't forget, if you enjoy what we do, why not subscribe? We start in the historical market town of Morpeth before picking up many of the historical points of interest, including the castle, the courthouse, the clock tower and the chantry, and some beautiful river and park walking, before heading into the countryside via the 150-year-old railway station. We head over the fields and conclude with a great river walk along the River Wansbeck. Well, we're starting today's walk just by one of the car parks in Morpeth and the bus station you can just see over on my right here. We're going to be starting off by heading through and walking through Sanderson Arcade, which is new, before we start hitting some of the historic sites around Morpeth. So we're just going to be heading over the road. As we come out of the Sanderson Arcade, we can just see a centre here. We need to turn right and we head up the high street. We've just got the square in Morpeth. And we need to head towards the clock tower, which you can just see ahead of us here. The clock tower itself dates back to around 1604 to 1638 was when it was built. So we're going to be heading up the road and we'll eventually get into Carlisle Park, which is a really nice walk along the river. Well, we just pulled out of Morpeth and we come up to turn around there, what's known as the Mitford Road. You can just see the signage ahead of us. So we need to head down here, away from a little bit of the traffic. And only a couple of hundred metres down here, and we're going to turn left and head across into the park. Come down the bank, we've got a white house on our right. Just opposite there, there's a small turning, and we get across here and we've got the bridge ahead of us, and that's going to take us over the River Wansbeck and into the Carlisle Park. The bridge itself, we can just see centre screen, that was erected in 1904, crossing over the River Wansbeck. And the river here just meanders its way down through Morpeth. Got a beautiful winter's morning for the walk. Just over on the right here, probably taken out by the sun, is the start of Carlisle Park. So as we walk down the side of the Wansbeck, we come to the stepping stones across the Wansbeck. Now normally a trip to here wouldn't be complete without a walk across the stepping stones, but today it's very cold, it's very icy, it's very slippy, and maybe I'll give it a miss. I don't fancy going in -2 degrees. We've just walked along about 100 metres or so from the stepping stones. So you're going to go into the sun here, it's not great. And we've come to Old Gate Bridge. We can see just through the centre of the houses, that's the clock tower we saw before. So Old Gate Bridge is relatively new, it was built in the 1970s. So we're going to go under the bridge and continue along the side of the river. As we come along the river towards the heart of Carlisle Park, we've got another bridge behind us. and got a lot of signs here. Got Har Hill we're going to be going up to, the William Turner Gardens. We're going to be picking all of these bits up on the walk. But Carlisle Park itself, you've got a children's area over here, you've got bowling, you've got a cafe area, tennis courts. So it's a really nice area to spend some time. And we're still going along the side of the Wansbeck. You can see ahead of us the bridge with the church behind it. Just on the left is the Chantry building. That's actually where we're going to be ending our walk. But at this point, as we pass the tennis courts on our right, we're going to be heading up, and we're going to be heading up to get on top of Har Hill, which we can just see in the centre of the picture. As we just push back from the river, maybe you can hear it behind us, come to a fork in the road. Got Har Hill on top of the sign here. Bit frosty this morning to see the signs. We're going to be heading up here to the right and getting up on top of Har Hill and having a look at some of the views. We're up on top of Har Hill now, and you get a great panoramic view of Morpeth. The first known references to Morpeth were in 1080, and they're associated with William de Merley, although it's believed it does go back to medieval times. So we're going to continue on our walk, and we're going to be heading up to the Morpeth Castle Gate next. We've got Morpeth Castle Gatehouse, built in the 13th century by Ranulph de Merley, who we can just see ahead of us. As we leave here, we're going to follow the path and go through the two gate posts on our way down to the cenotaph. Leaving the cenotaph behind us, we wander down the road just on the left here, and this is going to take us to the next couple of points of real interest on the walk. As we drop down the path, we come to William Turner Gardens. We can just see ahead of us here. We can just see centre of shot. We've got a monument to Emily Davison's statue. She was a suffragette who died after throwing herself in front of the King's horse at the Epsom races. As we leave William Turner Park, we've got the old Morpeth courthouse ahead of us. It was built in 1862. So we need to, at this point, we need to turn right, just head up the side of the road here, and at the roundabout up ahead there we're going to be turning left up towards the Morpeth station. As we come up the hill, we pass under the railway bridge, and if we were to turn left as we come up the hill, we have Morpeth station on left, which dates back to 1847. The station itself is on the main line from Edinburgh through to Newcastle, the main East Coast line. So again, if you want to start the walk from here, that's another great option. As we've left the station, we head up towards the roundabout, quite large roundabout, and we need to turn left. That's heading off towards Ashington Way. We've got about a half a mile walk along there, and then we're off across the fields. Well, we've come along from the roundabout. We've passed over the railway bridge. Got a couple of houses, small clustering of houses here. Come to a sign, and the sign is ahead of us here, and it says Warrelbank 1 mile, and that's where we're heading. We're heading off across the fields now. As we continue up the path, we come to Clark's Bog Nature Reserve. You see some signage around here. And there's a small nature reserve, and there's details. If you want some more details, it's got phone numbers on here, etc. A lot more active during the summer, and a little bit quieter in the winter. But here's some of the wildlife which it attracts. Don't forget that we bring lots of additional information to the walks. All of the walks are on GPS through our partnership with Ordnance Survey. We've got the links below to all of that information. All the equipment recommendations, they're all below on the video. And we've also got the blog of the walk with the routing and the mapping, again links below and on the website. And we've also got a feature of a fortnightly mail that goes out called Outdoor Catch Up, when we bring you some of the best deals on the marketplace around for outdoors. So there's plenty of resources available from Plan Watch Walk. I just hope you're able to enjoy them all. So we've come over the fields, dropped down a sort of sloped area over the stile, and we're just walking through a very small, picturesque, wooded area before getting to the bottom of what's called Worrell Bank and the River Wansbeck. And then we're going to be walking along the Wansbeck for a little while. As we come out of the wooded area, we've got a gate, we've got a bridge pretty much centre of the screen there, and we want to be turning left and going along the side of the River Wansbeck. There's lots of bird life, kingfishers, other species along here, and this really is a beautiful little section of the walk just along the side of the Wansbeck, just outside of Morpeth. As we come down the path, which you can see centre of screen ahead of us here, on what was our right, we come to a bridge which is over the Wansbeck. So we need to take this bridge, and after that pretty much follow the path which is straight ahead, and we're going to be going to our final point of interest. And here we have some beautiful scenes up the Wansbeck. We've just walked up from the bridge, pretty much following our nose straight ahead, past the sports centre on our left, and ahead of us here we have St George's Church, which is just on the corner of Telford Bridge, and across the other side is the Chantry. The southern side of Telford Bridge, we're on the north side at the minute, there's a original toll house for the bridge, which is now a bar. Ahead of us we've got the Chantry, which houses the Northumberland Bagpipe Museum. The Chantry just adjacent to the Wansbeck once again. Well, that concludes the walk with so many points of interest. It's quite amazing, and some really nice walking just literally a couple of miles outside of a market town. If you enjoy what we do, why not take the opportunity to subscribe? We've got all the mapping is there, we've got a load of links below, we've got recommendations on kit, and we've also got the outdoor catch-up, which is a fortnightly newsletter that goes out with so many offers in, and that's available through the website as well. So there's lots to offer from Plan Watch Walk. Thanks for watching, we do appreciate your support, and bye for now.